Hello and welcome to another edition of Paranormal Activity and Mysterious Stories. In this video, I want to go over four interesting UFO stories that I came across. It seems since the release of the New York Times article about the existence of a government program to recover crashed alien saucers, there has been an increase in UFO stories. So I've found a couple, and I want to try and make this definitely more of a regular basis. So, if you're into this kind of stuff, please subscribe. But anyways, I'm gonna go over this story I found in the Daily Record, which is a Scottish paper about encounters that a few Scots have had with aliens. Also, I want to go over an older story. This story actually came out in September of 2019, but it's supposedly shows a video of a triangle-shaped craft that caught fire over Area 51, and I think this shows evidence of the TR-3B, which is a known government craft. Anti-gravity or gravity cancellation craft that has been made by, I think, McDonnell Douglas, but it's definitely a UFO. I mean US, one of ours, so to say. Also, this story here about a online database where Canadians have reported seeing UFOs. So in Canada, the truth is out there. So we'll talk about that. And last, about a UFO crash that supposedly took place in Brazil. And there's lots of video and like that people put up on Twitter of it. And since the crash, there has been an investigation or supposed investigation. And according to the investigation, it was a hoax. But there's a lot of people who think that the jump to conclusion that it was a hoax was made much too quick, which they believe shows a cover-up. But this guy here, this Dennis guy, has done some extensive research on the incident and of the investigation. So you can come and read what he found, and of course I'll leave links to all of these sites in the description. So for the first one, I just want to probably read maybe the first story, and then I'll leave the link. And if you want to follow up, you can definitely go to the link and check out these other stories. But let me read from here. Scotland has an incredibly rich history of close encounters, with some areas of the country considered to be UFO sighting capitals of the world. A poll released earlier this year revealed that almost half of Scots believe it is very unlikely there are aliens living on the Earth. The survey, which was carried out in January by YouGov, had also shown a tiny 4% of us believe it to be very likely that some are living amongst us. But Scotland has a rich history with encounters with alien life forms and spacecrafts. One of our villages is seen to be the UFO capital of the world, and the Ministry of Defense even went as far to conduct an extensive investigation into sightings made at one of our airports. Here are four of the strangest close encounters with UFOs that happened in Scotland over the years. And this is called the Deachmont, I think that's how you say it, Deachmont Woods incident. Robert Taylor claimed that he came face to face with a UFO in the West Lothian Woods back in 1979. He said that he encountered an unusual metallic sphere hovering in a clearing in the Dirchmont Law Woods, which is popular amongst joggers and dog walkers. As he approached it, two smaller spheres emerged and started to drag him towards the object before he lost consciousness. Police investigating the incident found an unusual mark in the clearing that didn't match any known vehicle. Tests on Robert's clothes showed that it was likely that there had been ripped by a sharp upward pull, such as a mechanical device. The case has fascinated people for more than 4 decades due to the evidence. In 2018, an information board was erected at the site of the close encounter, which lets visitors know what had happened there 40 years ago. And now this is the A70 incident. In 1992, Gary Wood and Colin Wright were driving to the village of Tarbrax, West Lothian, when they claimed to have come in contact with a UFO. A half-hour journey all of a sudden became an hour and a half longer, with the pair unable to account for the time. They later recalled in incredible detail under hypnosis how a spaceship hovered in front of them before they were beamed on board the craft. It is claimed that they were stripped and examined by strange creatures before being beamed back to Earth. Both of the men have never changed their stories and even passed a lie detector test on TV. Their experience have been referred to as the A70 incident. Let me just go ahead and keep on reading these. The Farcook Triangle. Bonny Bridge had become known as the UFO capital of the world since locals have reported hundreds of sightings on a daily basis. It is understood that the village attracts more than 300 sightings of alien life forms and spaceships on a daily basis. The village grew in notoriety in 1992 when a businessman said that he noticed some strange lights in the sky while driving home. He initially thought they were stars, but was stunned when he clocked them moving before assuming a triangle shape in the sky. Since then, the reports have come through thick and fast in the area known as Farcook Triangle, which branches from Bonny Bridge to Stirling and Fife. Some have even recorded video footage of their close encounters with white objects hovering in the sky. The number of incidents has increased so much over the years that one councillor decided to lobby the then leaders of the UK. Councillor Billy Buchanan, who is now the provost of Falkirk, has traveled down to the doorsteps of number 10 to demand an urgent investigating into the sightings, appearing to the likes of David Cameron, Tony Blair, and John Major. Could the skies above a village that is home to just 6,000 Scots be the key to another dimension? And here's the Prestwick incident. Prestwick Airport is usually the place where people jet off to warmer climates, but it is claimed that aliens stopped by for a visit in 1999. An air traffic controller at the airport tracked a fast-moving and unexplained craft on the radar. RAF defense staff launched an urgent investigation into the incident, and the radar tapes at the airport were impounded as part of it. In 2010, the Ministry of Defense released a series of files which documented the strange encounter, but the report concluded that no additional evidence could be found to corroborate the so-called Prestwick incident. And that's it for that. So you know what? I'll leave a link to this if you want to check this out. But let's get to the next story here. Now, there is actually a video of this. You know what? Let me see. It's where's it at? Okay, now this is an older story from the Daily Star. It was from September of 2019, but it apparently shows a video of a craft. And you know, I believe this is evidence of the TR-3B, which is a known UFO or anti-gravity craft built by the U.S. government. Let me just read from this story here. Let me see if I can close that down. As one of the leading figures in the conspiracy game has now claimed his image of a mysterious craft over Area 51 could be some of the best ever in proving the U.S. government is testing never-before-seen technology at the base. Blake Cousin runs popular YouTube channel Third Phase of the Moon with his brother Brett. Back in 2016, he posted a video which contained photos of a strange triangle-shaped craft in the sky. Now, this is the video that he posted. You know what, I'm just gonna play a few seconds of it so that you know, I don't get any copyright issues. But I'm gonna, you know, definitely leave a link to this story in the description, so if you want to check this out yourself.
And this is coming from multiple sources. It's making the internet
turn the video or the sound off. But yeah, you can see there's definitely, this looks like something on fire. But yeah, that's all I want to play. I don't want to get any copyright infringements. But I'm going to leave a link to this story in the description. So if you want to check it out, you can check it out yourself. So now let's get to the third story here. Now this is apparently Canada has an online and searchable database of UFO sightings. Secret UFO files. In Canada, the truth is out there, online and searchable. It's the stuff of UFO enthusiast dreams or conspiracy theorist nightmares. Unpublished U.S. military findings about unidentified aerial phenomenon could soon be made public. But America, it turns out, could learn a thing or two from Canada when it comes to transparency about flying saucers and the like. Last week, the New York Times reported that the Pentagon has actively investigated reports of UFOs, citing a Senate committee report that called the program the Unidentified Aerial Phenomenon Task Force. The Pentagon could be ordered to summarize and release the program's findings if Congress passes the Intelligence Authorization Act, according to the report. It makes for an exciting time for ardent fans of UFOs, acknowledges Chris Ruthowski, an enthusiast and the author of 10 books about how the phenomenon has played out in Canada over the years. Canada is actually ahead of the curve, said Ruthowski, who lives in Winnipeg. Last year, he donated his personal collection of UFO reports, including 10,000 Canadian government documents and 20,000 more from various agencies, to the University of Manitoba. He said he obtained some of the documents through access to information requests, but others he has simply collected from Transport Canada reports available online. The Canadian government hosts a publicly searchable archive of government records about UFOs dating back to the 1950s. About 90,000 government documents ranging from Defense Department memos about flying saucers to RCMP reports by officers who investigated UFO sightings across the country are available on the Library and Archive Canada website. The documents show a fairly consistent track record of Canadian officials' involvement and interest in the subject, almost to the present time, Ruthowski said. People in Canada have been way ahead of the United States in the sense that we've had a body of evidence and a body of documentation showing official interest in UFOs. Well, you know what? I'm going to leave a link to this, so if you want to continue reading it, you can go ahead and read it. And then let me get to the last story that I want to talk about. Now, this is a story about a crash that supposedly occurred in Brazil. And like I said, based on the fact that it was so quickly deemed a hoax, it seems like that they're trying to cover something up because there's just too much credible information about this. After thousands reported seeing glowing lights in the sky, videos and posts began disappearing from social media, sparking suspicion of a cover-up. It is safe to say the internet is obsessed with aliens and UFOs. Last year, a plan to storm Area 51 because they can't stop us all attracted millions of attendees on Facebook, even leading to a spike in searches for alien porn, okay? While just last month, alien enthusiasts lost their shit over the Pentagon's release of declassified UFO videos. Now these fanatics have a new mystery on their hands, a supposed UFO crash in Brazil. Now, like I said, according, to a lot of these videos released, like this is on Twitter, something definitely happened down there. But, yeah, like here, Brazil UFO investigation into alien crash reveals truth behind viral mage UFO video. But here, according to this, and the story gains traction, yeah, this here, according to the investigators from the Mutual UFO Network, MUFON, the Brazil UFO story was a well-constructed hoax. But like I said, there's just way too much footage and what seems to be credible evidence. But anyways, there's a guy here called Dennis who has done his own research on all of the research. So if you really want to find out what happened, you can come and, read his conclusions. But, I'm not going to get into what he said. Like I said, I will leave a link to this website also in the description. So you want to check it out yourself. And like I said, I'm going to start doing more of this. Hopefully, there are more and more stories about, UFOs and sightings and things like that. And I'm going to search them, compile them, and start trying to put these things out on a regular basis. So if you like things like this, please give this video a thumbs up, please share. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, because I'm going to have more videos like this. Take care.